What's good, YouTube? I am DL637 Super Saiyan, aka the Trolling THroh in this business, bringing you guys a brand new waifu battle. Now today, I got a battle against some guy named King Yao Bu or something like that. On this game, he's known as Keric, and we're having sort of an OU match, I believe. Now, I thought he wanted an OU match, so I put out my OU pokes. He brings out 3 OUs, 1 UU, 1 RU, and 1 Aron. So I guess he was planning to do an Aron sweep against me, because Aron with that Endeavor Sturdy effect thing is pretty impressive. So for that, I bring out my little Sandstorm team, and you'll see why I gave it the title Ttar and Kazam versus 3 crazy pokes, 2 hacks, and 1 Aron, because there's 3 of these pokes are good, 2 of these pokes are hacks, possibly, I'm not sure, and 1 Aron, which makes a lot of sense. So without further ado, I present the battle. Like I said, he is known as Keric. He brings out Ttar. And so he brings out his main squeeze, and I bring out my main squeeze, DL Ziggs, the Ttar. So he gets the sand, I get my sand up, I go for a substitute, and he goes for an ice beam. Now I was confused about that one, but hey, it's his style, I can respect it, he does. So my substitute gets to stay, which makes me really happy, so I don't have to worry about that. He switches, I was predicting either Lucario or something like that, but he brings out Gengar, so I messed up. I did a focus punch, over mispredict, so that sucked on my behalf. Everyone makes their mistakes, I made mine for sure. It'll happen to me. So I get my leftovers, he gets his leftovers, and he decides to switch out, and he brings out Lucario. And I'll be honest, I overpredicted again. And I bring out Crunch. Crunchy. Of course, that barely like tickles the Lucario. So it really does dilly squat against me. So I put out the leftovers. He brings out a Force Palm, which that does a good amount of damage, even though I'm subbed. And I go for a Fire Blast. Steel types cannot resist fire. But apparently this Lucario did, because it lives with like about 25% of HP, which is okay. I still have stuff planned for pokes like this. So I was predicting another Force Palm, and I decided to bring out Earth, aka my Landorus. I know I don't have the Black White 2 yet, but I will get it soon. So he gets a Flash Cannon, so he did really good on his behalf. And I live it without 1/3, and I go for a Hidden Power, which was my worst mistake because it was a Hidden Power Ice. I forgot what Hidden Power was, I thought it was something good, but I get like a little bit, I lose HP because I'm Life Orb, and he gets 1 more Flash Cannon. So he basically has the upper hand against me, so I'm a little stuck, but it's okay, because I bring out Spooner, aka Kazam. He goes for a feint. Now that I was confused because I don't have a protect, so it does a little bit amount of damage, and I bring out a Psychic since fighting types hate Psychic, and Lucario is gone. Night! So he brings out Scyther, which is pretty cool. So I go for a Hidden Power Ice. And it does about half, a little over half. So that happens, and he goes for an Acupressure. Now I looked at this up, and Scyther can definitely not learn Acupressure. So I knew that was going to be wrong, so that's one of the hacks. So I go for another Hidden Power Ice, and it does a good impression. It was a crit, but I don't think it really mattered, because even if it had good defense, I would have still killed it. And he brings out Gengar, so I'm knew he was gonna either Shadow Ball me or something, so I go for a Psychic because, well, I'm faster. I'm Psychic! Oppa Kazam style! Which is something I really want to do, so Gengar is gone. Night-night! So he decides to bring out Ambipom. Now here I predicted so well because he was going to use a retaliation. Because I knew something normal was going to happen. So I bring out Extra Gross, aka Metagross. And he retaliates, like I predicted. And that does a lot of damage even though it's not effective. And it crits. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So, of course I'll live with my leftovers. Because I'm a light-halved, pretty strong Metagross. And I go for a Bullet Punch, just so I can see what he'll do next. And then he goes for a Fire Punch? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I know it can learn Focus Punch, but I knew it could not learn Fire Punch. If he was using a Black-White 2 move tutor, I'd understand, but I don't know if that's even works, so I pretty much believe that was also a hack. It doesn't do diddly squat. I switch Extra Gross out and I bring out DL Ziggs, the main squeeze. Alright, so he retaliates, which I predicted again, and it tickles me because we expect him a rock type, so that makes me awesome. I'm a rock type beast. I get my leftovers. He goes for an Acrobatics. Now that I didn't understand. So I substituted so I can get my little substitute on, and that pretty much works for me. Okay, so I get my leftovers. Now he would juice Ambipom and he brings out Tyranitar. That crazy the other me, but I'm better. So I go for Focus Punch. Since I knew the switch was gonna happen, I just give it a puncha. He just got Mayweathered. And that does a really huge amount of damage. Super effective, critical hit. I don't know if it mattered, but I'm happy it happened. Tyranitar is gone. Night-night! And I get my little leftovers going on, which is pretty cool with me. And he brings out Ambipom one more time. And I get a Focus Punch going on. He retaliates. Even though that really won't do anything to me because I'm in a sub. I fade. Focus Punch. Mayweathered! And of course that'll do a really heap amount of damage. But it was also a crit, but it didn't even matter. I don't know why I had it. He was gone. He got Mayweather. Night-night! So I get my leftovers going on, and here comes that deadly poke, Aron. Now my plan was to Fire Blast this thing to where it gets burned so I don't have to worry about it, because that will actually help save my butt. But crazy thing, I get a Fire Blast crit and it didn't even matter. I don't need it. So he goes for Endeavor, and it goes on and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever till I reach 1 HP. He gets that little Shubble effect, which we all knew was going to happen. And I get my leftovers effect. I go for another Fire Blast. Oh, another burn! But no, he lives it, of course. With that sturdy, doesn't get burned. And he goes for Endeavor, and it hurts Endeavor, Endeavor, Endeavor. But of course, it's only up to 1. And the Shell Bell really helped me out because it left him with like 1/3 of HP left. So I was hungry, so I gave him a little crunch. Crunchy, 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 crunchy. Of course, it wasn't effective, but Aron is done. Night-night! Game, set, match. I beat Keric. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that was a good battle. Made minor mistakes in the beginning with my prediction, so I have stuff I have to work on. I really enjoyed the battle, even though I didn't get why. I'm not sure if his Ambipom's Fire Punch and Scyther's Acupuncture are hacks. Dream World made or moves that you can use from other games, but maybe I'll find this out sometime in the future. But if it's hacks, then I was right on the money. 3 crazy pokes, 2 hacks, 1 Aron. So to subscribe to my channel, I'll post videos every Saturday. If I ever find some time to do some for the heck of it, I'll post it on that day. And I'm done. So I'll hit you all later. Good night!